do you think EG feel comfortable themselves?
And sneak up on when he has, when he has trees in the lane, so I like that. And it looks like they're actually going to go aggro. Razor's running up top lane, which is nice, I guess. It's a good way to pressure the Juggernaut. And I mean, Slardar and Disruptor are not the strongest support duo in the game as well, so this is definitely very possible.
How's Slardar really going to make himself useful in this game? Is he going to be, kind of camping mid? Is he going to be popping into the off lane? Or is he going to be sitting?
He's definitely just going to play with the Darkseer the entire game, for the early parts at least. He has boots, so he can get shelled, run at the Furion, and they'll push the wave in, and they'll pull the sign to get experience, and limit how much Furion can get. It's no matter what the lane setup was, he was probably going to play down here anyways.
Oh, for now, just dropping down some vision. Very similar wards to what we saw last game this time. That's not going to be dewarding anything.
30 seconds to battle.
Yep, Furion blocks his own hard camp. Very good against Darkseer when you know it's a 1v1 matchup, because he'll push your wave in, pull the side camp, and then you lose out on a ton of experience. And it also makes Slardar not want to sit bottom forever, because if he sits bottom forever and just leeches experience without a side pull, he'll end up very under-leveled. So, very nice move from EG, preparing for this aggro.
So for now, looks like there is going to be a movement in. EG going to be snapping up this top rune. Arteezy gets a little more gold for himself. Very nice start. 3 bounty runes. Or rather, just 2. They were able to go and steal the bottom one. Mid lane, we are going to have Tramp Protector sitting here, maybe thinking about another courier snipe. Again, last game there was a nice Faceless courier snipe, but see if they're going to play a little more protective now. Black already getting pretty aggressive against Sumail, but...
both teams dodging the aggro. I would say the aggro dodge, I mean, it's good for both teams. It helps the Darkseer because he's not really killable in this lane. He can just sit back and do his thing. Furion, same thing, and he can also move around the map, so...
Yep, starting off that way with 3 Ion Shells, just making sure that thing pushes right on in. Did start a Clarity, it was canceled by the Phoenix, but that'll be just fine. Universe down here, all by his lonesome. I mean, is he going to be surviving down here? Do you think there's any kill power for Faceless?
There's not really any kill power at all. Furion has boots, Disruptor, and only harass for the most part. Slardar can run in and crush, but even then it's a hard kill. And, I mean, EG are winning slightly because Universe blocked the hard camp here. And that prevents a lot of farm going the way of Team Faceless, so that's nice. As you can see on the other side, EG, they've stacked the hard camp once. And even though it is against the Darkseer, Darkseer runs out of mana eventually in this lane, and they'll be able to use that to their advantage.
Yeah, he's already pretty low, has to go and Clarity up, and has to be pretty careful because Crit is very, very keen on just making sure that Darkseer can't find himself any completed Clarity. So for now, Ice just punching up the bird, but has to go back up under his tier 1 tower. Bottom lane Universe able to push this wave all the way up, but just going to be trying to score as much farm as possible, not trying to get too crazy with early tower push or anything.
Yeah, I worry for the Slardar. Like, without the pulls available, the support heroes are going to end up extremely under-leveled, and I don't feel like there's any opening Slardar can go for to make something happen in these lanes. Like, he could play with the Darkseer, but in the safe lane it's hard to get behind people. EG already have a ward in that area, so very unlikely he can get kills there. Mid's a puck, can't do much there. And I mean, he is invis right now, but how much can they actually do to this Furion?
Well, not a whole lot. Like you mentioned, there's a crush, there's harass from the Thunderstrike, and maybe Jug gets off a couple of slaps, but Universe is going to be playing safe, has 3 tangos and a healing self a regen, so very, very hard to get him down. Just a matter of getting him to leave lane. For now, Zai, again, enjoying the stack. Jab is going to be there. Now, Tramp Protector is an easier kill to go for. They are going to trap him in with that kinetic field. XY comes forward. They've got the spin. They're going to be trying to go for the body blocks, and it's looking like Zai is going to be our first blood. XY getting credit for that. Very well played from Faceless, just punishing a weakness of the EG draft and scoring up some money.
Yep, nice invis rune picked up there. But I mean, it's a Tramp Protector, right? It is first blood and everything, but nothing changes in the game. The game is the exact same still.
Yeah, he already finished most of his stack and pull anyway, so it wasn't a huge blunder to the lane. You're just going to have Universe continuing to farm up and get that solo XP. Now, mid lane, we are going to have Slardar making his way forward. He does have his level 2, so able to go in for the sprint and the crush. But still, Sumail is such a tricky target to get a hold of.
Yep, they are setting up for him though, so perhaps if he uses his orb here, oh, he just did.
Yeah, Black actually going to be the one in trouble. Blinks back up to the high ground, sipping on the bottle. Black going to be going forward, trying to get another kill. Sumail in some serious trouble. All of his spells on cooldown. He does finally pick up the phase shift. Is he going to be able to get out here? Illusory Orb forward, makes it to the high ground, takes out Black before he goes down. He does end up dead, but played that just about as perfectly as he could have.
Yep. Sumail outplaying there, gets the kill first. Gets that sweet experience.
Wow.
Very nice way to turn that around. I actually can't believe he got that. He had the Fairy Fire and the stick charges as well.
Yeah, he was not going down without taking Black with him, and now these guys just going to be back 1-1 each, continuing to farm up. In terms of last hits, Puck really coming out on top. Sumail's 22 and 14 denies to the Queen of Pain's 10 last hits.
Black is getting destroyed in this matchup.
Jabs might find a kill here on Crit. Fairy Fire eaten up, trying to slow him down with the spirits, but Jabs going to be sprinting and does end up finding the kill. It's actually going to be his Ion Shell that takes credit for that, but return kill coming off of Arteezy. Going to be clipping him down. So overall in trades, that was really, really even when it comes to golds, but I guess setting the Slardar back for levels is a little miserable.
Yeah, at some point, Slardar and Disruptor are going to need some space to just get experience. 5 minutes in, both level 3, which is fine for now, but no boost on the Disruptor means he can't really play in this offlane for much longer. He's going to need some safe lane farm, or just somewhere that's kind of secure. Slardar as well is going to need time to just hit creeps and get to his Blink Dagger. It looks like they want to keep forcing mid, trying to get a kill on Sumail here.
They want to keep Sumail on his toes, but Jab's just really short on that crush. They just have to immediately back off out of that, so not going to lose anything there. Faceless just burning a little bit of time, and they want to focus their efforts down here in the bottom lane. XY and the Juggernaut getting a ton of space. Already has his level 5, almost picking up the Omni Slash, and he's getting pretty much all the farm he wants, so great place to focus. They know Zai's here. Zai's going to be clipped down there by the Blade Fury, so Faceless getting what they want, but meanwhile in the mid lane, that was a solo kill from Sumail onto the Queen of Pain, so Puck definitely making use of the time when they know that Faceless are rotating elsewhere.
Yeah, and this tower mid lane's already so low. Sumail is dominating the mid lane right now.
Yeah, I mean, just look
like
at the last
he's
hits
crushing
right
it.
Almost 40
It's not
for
even
him to the
close.
Queen of Pain's 16. Black, how do you make up for a Queen of Pain whose game is going this rough? As Queen of Pain may die again, can't blink away. And one more right click from Universe. They're going to be taking out the tower and taking out the mid laner. EG pulling ahead now in terms of kills and net worth.
I mean, Queen of Pain's a hero that wants to play from ahead, and she's not off to the great start, so I mean, I don't know. She needs some big team fight contribution here.
Zai looking for the old wraparound. Not going to be invis in the trees, so can't get that punch. Just going to be Leech Seeding to slow him down, but Ice makes it out this time.
I mean, how are they going to deal with this mid tower being gone at 6 minutes into the game?
Yeah,
Like, Puck almost has his Veil complete.
and it's not
Got
even like
3
this
levels.
was a huge engagement from EG to get that mid tower down. This is just Sumail having a fantastic game and single-handedly taking the lead.
Right, he was just casually hitting this tower over and over, and he had such a massive lead in the mid lane. It just eventually fell. Which is ridiculous. I mean, there's such a big difference here in the mid lanes right now. Over 2 levels on the Puck, up on the Quap.
That is
And
huge.
they don't have anything to really stop the Puck at this stage of the game, too. Disruptor's level 4, Slardar is about 2,000 gold away from his Blink Dagger.
Sumail going to be picking up his level 9 here, and Black still halfway through that 6. And now Black going to get silenced up, can't blink away. There's a double man Dream Coil, and Sumail wants to finish off Black. Black does end up pulling out of that Dream Coil, stunning himself and going down. Now it's just Sumail left to run to freedom. He wants to take out Nuts before he goes back. There is a glimpse, but that just means Sumail gets away completely scot-free, takes away 2, and glimpsed back to safety. Everything going Sumail's way right now up in the top lane. EG looking to put some pressure onto Ice, and this time they want to finish the job. They don't want to let him off with a scratch of health, so they're going to commit the Razor ult to this, and Ice just has to stand there and take it as another tower is going to be pushed down 10 minutes.
Yeah, AG's lanes are all going solo right now. It's so easy for them to just collapse on these lanes and push towers afterwards with the reinforcement from Furion. I mean, I don't know what Faceless can do to team fight. Quav is so far behind. She doesn't want to become, like, she doesn't want to be part of any of these team fights at all. Slardar really far away from Blink as well. Disruptor still wants his level 6.
This is pretty rough. Sumail now just completely single-handedly holding mid. This mid tower does not have a scratch on it. EG feeling really comfortable in their map advantage, and Sumail's got that Dream Coil up. My goodness. Down bottom XY, the Juggernaut, probably the person doing the best on Faceless, does find himself a third kill, just chasing all the way down and dumps the Omni Slash onto Crit.
Yep, the double damage Omni Slash there, killing the Phoenix off. But there's just so many problems right now, it feels like. Razor's gone complete unchecked. It's not like a hero that's going to get crazy out of control or anything like that, but still doing very well. Puck is out of control completely at this stage of the game.
Yeah, Puck already halfway towards that Blink Dagger.
They even tried to do things to him
Oh
mid lane.
my, look at the damage. The combo from the Furion ult and just Sumail right-clicking is too much now. Sumail does have to get out of here, healed up by his friend. There is going to be that crush, but how much damage can they do before Sumail just goes and jaunts right out of there? That's about it.
They just don't have a way to kill this Puck.
I mean, there's also
he gets crushed and spun.
Every time Puck wants to go in, Universe is there to just go hit R and do like 2/3 of the damage to the heroes on Faceless. It's a really great setup. And
That's the easiest gank in the world.
He's barely even left this lane. He's pretty gosh darn farmed for a solo laning Prophet up against 3 heroes, and he's going to be picking up his level 7 soon. He's already got a Drums, and we are going to see a double Drums as Razor goes forward as well.
Yep, lots of early game items being picked up.
Oh, here we go. It's like Ice is going to meet his match, gets Leech seated, does get punched up and rooted. Now he's going to be surging himself away. Is there going to be any catch for him? It looks like he does make it out, but again, even more space being created by RTZ, who's having a pretty nice game. Big smoke gank up from Faceless. They need to punish EG, and they need to do it now, but Crit's going to be the one to break the smoke. They're not expecting this Phoenix here.
Yep, Disruptor does have a 6 though, so perhaps they can find something.
Looks like Crit is going to get jumped. He's going to be wrapping around Sumail. Going to be trying to TP out, but glimpse back in. He's fresh out of mana. This is as good of a shot to kill Puck as they'll ever get, and that's going to be a dominating streak going to XY. Jug picks up that kill. So the Jug's doing pretty nicely, but is that going to make up for a completely crippled Queen of Pain?
Well, definitely not. Queen of Pain's your hero you want ahead in this part of the game so that she can actually make the moves. Juggernaut's nice, but even with this level of, free farm, he's got kills, he's got pretty good CS, he's still just going to farm, do the same exact thing. It's definitely not what they want, but they'll probably take whatever they can get right now.
Dabs finishes off that little siege creep, pops the Corrosive Haze. So, yeah, for now, EG just really content to keep farming up. Again, RTZ not even needed in most of these fights, just sticking to his lane, farming up, and Zai, similar story. He'll pop on Living Armor for whoever needs it, but just keeping good vision up, and some deep wards, and making sure that Faceless never feel too safe on the map.
Yep, the one thing Faceless does have going for them is that Slaughter's getting closer to Blink Dagger. He's only died once so far, and he's actually only about 500 gold away. So when they have Blink Dagger, I mean, they can pretty much kill anyone. With Queen of Pain Slaughter, or Jug Slaughter, even Disruptor and Slaughter.
Yeah, they are going to have pretty phenomenal burst, but it's going to be about the sustain if EG can manage to actually juke and jive around spells being thrown at them. EG can take some pretty nice fights. For now, overall net worth going to be about 5,000 in EG's favor at 12 minutes in. That's pretty significant. And XP, I mean, there's some big levels coming in on EG that aren't quite there for Faceless yet. You have Treant Protector, still hasn't hit a 6, but Disruptor, Slardar, they're ready to go.
Yep, Crit's actually solo smoked up to the bottom lane trying to assist and find something, but both teams have wards in the area. Nothing's happening here. Sumail actually went for Boots of Travel after his Veil instead of a Blink Dagger. He knows that with Boots of Travel he can play in these lanes and apply a lot of map pressure, especially with the Furion.
Yeah, there's going to be so much global presence here. You got Furion that can TP in from anywhere, and the Boots of Travel on the Puck just makes it so hard to run from these guys. When they want to fight, they fight, but for now, Faceless, they're going to commit a couple of ultis and find a little pick-off. It's just going to be a Phoenix, but definitely better than nothing. Meanwhile, RTZ getting so much space up top, able to just free farm this lane. This is a little bit of CS there, but still getting some good harass.
Yep, I imagine once EG takes out this last tier 1, they're probably going to be looking at Roshan pretty soon. Furion, pretty good Roshan hero. He has a medallion as well. I mean, the game has slowed down quite a bit after we've seen these tier 1 towers drop. Both teams are just kind of getting their farm up, but Slaughter does have Blink Dagger. This is go time.
Yep, probably going to be trying to make a move there. Up top, I mean, again, we haven't started to see an impact from this Razor at all. He's just been sitting top, taking kills when they're fed to him, but not really moving around. And this is where he's going to start to get active. Goes in, immediate static link onto XY. They are going to be TPing in the Furion, just waiting out that Blade Fury. He's going to be trying to TP, but the burst damage is there. They nuke him down. It's a Juggernaut now out of this fight. Two more heroes TPing forward. Arteezy looks like he's in it for the long haul. Jabs is going to be invis, gets the crush onto two, and there's the Sonic Wave, the vacuum into the Phoenix ult. Is it going to be enough to turn this fight? But no, EG still coming out victorious. Arteezy, even with just a scratch of health, secures a rampage at 14 minutes in. Rex, did you see that?
There's the Chat Wheel Brigade. I did.
Oh my.
Have the excellent egg combo and the overgrowth coming out as well. You know, this is the classic combo. Tree and Razor, you already have that tanky core, buffs him with the armor, just doesn't die in any of these team fights.
Whew. Yeah, EG just aren't giving up anything. Their cores just aren't dropping. Puck's got 2 deaths, but the 5 kills all but makes up for that. And then Razor sitting here now 6-0-2 after that last fight. That'll sure pad your gold, pad your stats, and he's going to be going towards that Dragon Lance, just making himself even more unkillable.
Yep, all of a sudden Razor is incredibly farmed. And that was the Slaughter Blink debut as well. You know, that was the first team fight. He finally showed it, and they couldn't find the kills at all.
Yeah, I mean, he started out, he had an Ion Shell, was invis, landed a double man crush, but EG just responded so well. They kept their heads in the game, and the fact that Razor stayed alive with what had to be like 5% health or less, that's just crazy.
Yep, we got a smoke up from EG, moving up now. Sumail still no blink, but they shouldn't have too much trouble finding anyone.
Yep. Now they don't have the egg for another 20 seconds. Could be maybe a little bit of a challenge, but something they're keen to work on. Jab's going to be squiggling forward. Will end up breaking crit smoke. No, they're going to back off first, and they get the silence from the Queen of Pain. Silence going to be expiring soon, but Black still has to be wary of that tether snap. Is going to be going down to crit's burn damage. So Queen of Pain is out of this fight. The egg comes out. It's going to be really difficult for Faceless to keep fighting into this. They will continue. They get the egg, and now Omni Slash onto the puck and be phase shifting off the last slash, but eventually goes down. That's going to be a pretty big bounty collected in by the Disruptor. And I know that Zaya's going to be here, just looking to hunt down that tree. Tree making his way around, doesn't have TP, so it's going to be absorbing some of Faceless's time, a little bit of space creation here, but in the end, really great fight for Faceless.
Yeah, they tried to burst Blackton, but Black lived on a sliver of health. Slaughter was in the right place, right time, stopped any follow-up, and they were just able to turn it. They just needed a tiny bit more damage there to kill Queen of Pain, but it was unfortunate.
She died.
Oh, did she?
She got hit by the fire spirits and burned.
Oh, that's
after
right. She did at the very end, but she got all her spells off. She got the Sonic Wave off with the Scream of Pain and Veil on top. Or sorry, not the Sonic Wave. It's off cooldown.
Yeah, no, she definitely didn't ult. She was the one that was jumped on. She was silenced up and then tried to blink out of the Dream Coil, but it snapped and she died. But yeah, they basically took that entire fight without Black. Black was dead the entire time, so that was really just really nice execution by the rest of Faceless. So, I mean, Faceless showing some signs of life. You've got Ice, who's pretty farmed, almost at his level 12 here. He's had a lot of time to himself. Again, the Juggernaut doing really well. XY only with 1 death. He's dropped out a couple of good Omnis here. He's almost at his Manta style. Faceless, I mean, they're not too shabby, but EG still have such a huge lead. And, of course, you've got an unkilled Arteezy with a Rampage already under his belt.
Yeah, the gold lead is definitely very worrying at this point. All of EG's cores are accelerating much faster than Faceless's heroes. I mean, that's just the nature of what happens when the map gets broken down like this, right? You have Puck boots to travel, Furion pushing these lanes, and Razor just untouched in another.
Looks like Faceless, they're going to be trying to go in for another hold. Omni Slash is still going to be on cooldown for 5 more seconds. We'll see how they're going to deal with that. But XY just charges right in. It's going to be enough to at least drive off Arteezy for now. He's going to turn things with that static link. Immediate Omni Slash onto him. Drums and Arteezy just be running to freedom. Will get glimpsed back. And now there's going to be a big vacuum wall coming forward. Sonic Wave dumped out. EG, they're currently still alive. They're taking out 3 of Faceless. Arteezy, he's still up. He's got a ton of stolen damage. That's going to be almost a wipe. It's just going to be Black that gets out, but Sumail's there to corner him off. They can't quite keep chasing the Queen of Pain, but they get what they're looking for, which is a really successful fight, and they're going to turn it into a tier 1 and potentially a whole tier 2.
They land the full combo there, and they're still unable to kill anyone on EG. That was like a 4-man vacuum into the wall and everything. And they just still don't have the damage to kill Razor. Razor had he got Omni Slash and spun on and then glimpsed back, and he's still sitting there like half health.
I mean, a lot of that, too, is he just went and he drained Juggernaut's damage and sat with that entire fight with 160 extra damage. So that's basically just an extra farmed Arteezy there. He's going to be going for a pretty much super early BKB. He went for the Sanj and Yasha, didn't go for that Dragon Lance that he had queued up earlier. So he's just ready to go. He wants those fighting items. There is going to be a crush attempt, and they're not going to find anything with that. That's another Static Storm dumped out with high hopes, but a little too optimistic. Arteezy steals up another 100 damage. And they're going to use that to finish off this tower.
It's a complete airball. You saw them pinging the spot where they wanted to land the vacuum combo, but the Crush went out first instead of the vacuum, and then the Disruptor ultimate as well. Just a very unfortunate timing there.
Yeah, definitely not easy for Faceless to fight into that. Now, kill score, they're just about doubled up. Overall net worth is starting to crawl up and up and up. Got about 13,000 in favor of EG at just 20 minutes in. What's Faceless' best strat for now?
Old Darkseer's about 400 gold off the Blink Dagger, so when he picks that up, that combo will be a bit easier. He surged himself and ran in trying to land the vacuum, but that is incredibly unreliable. They just walked out of the way, so that'll help a bit. But, you know, Darkseer skipped the mech entirely this game. He's so poor that he actually is going straight for the Blink Dagger, which he almost does have, but it hurts their team fight quite a bit.
Yeah, they're just really not sustainable. They've got to either burst all of EG or just dump their spells and run, because they can't sit there. They can't sustain Razor, draining all of their damage and just continuing to go and right-click everyone down. Black, I mean, he's got a ton of damage from that Sonic Wave, from that max-level Scream of Pain. It's just a matter of not getting pinned down, not getting silenced up, and we'll see if Black's going to be in trouble now. Just forced out of lane completely from Arteezy, just wandering that way.
Yep, and we have Razor almost picking up his BKB now, about 500 gold off, so it's going to be even more difficult to take him down in these fights. Even Phoenix is tanky now. He's got a Hood completed. Universe almost has his Orchid. There's so many creeps to farm on the map in EG. They've got 2 kind of global heroes. They got the Furion Teleport, and Puck also has Boots of Travel, so they're making use of the map very well. But, of course, Faceless, Blink Dagger up on Darkseer now. They can take these fights, but it's just so difficult for them to get there quickly, you know? As soon as they show in one place, Universe is on the other side, Sumail is on the other side, and they're just getting split pushed.
Yeah, really hard to lock down these heroes, and yeah, like we talked about, Universe's biggest contributions have just been dropping that ult and continuing to go pressure other lanes. Now he's going to have to go and hop in here. He's going to be TPing forward as a big fight's about to go down. Jab's going to get treed up by Universe. Sumail continuing to press forward. There's no more damage on the Juggernaut, no more life as well. Big back wall combo comes in. They do end up getting the Disruptor ult on top of it, but it's still not enough. They finally score 1 kill, but it's just on the Treant Protector. There's a godlike streak for Arteezy now. At only 20 minutes in the game, it's a full team wipe for Evil Geniuses. They don't lose anything but the Treant Protector, and Zai, you're going to cheer on his team. This is going to go ahead and turn into a Roche. My God, EG, they're just getting everything they need out of this game.
Yeah, it's so difficult for them to team fight into the Phoenix or the Overgrowth Phoenix combo right now. And not to mention, Arteezy is pretty much unkillable.
Yeah.
Like, Juggernaut runs in, gets drained, and he's like full HP after the Omni Slash still. Just nothing happens at all.
That was a full BKB on Razor that he didn't even use. He's still got 10 seconds up. He's now got 1,000 more gold in the bank and an Aegis. So Razor's pretty much unkillable. And we saw in that last fight, that was Faceless. They got off a Scream of Pain. They got off a Vac wall. They got off a Disruptor ulti, but still not enough to hold EG down. They were still able to fight through it.
Yeah, they're getting to that point where they just can't kill heroes in their combo. Like, they started off the fight in the very beginning with the Blink Crush onto Razor, but nothing happens after that. And then, I don't know, they're just way too tanky at this stage of the game, and now there's even a BKB and Aegis to deal with.
Oh, Arteezy found another victim. He is so fast with that Sanjin Yasha. So, looks like Razor is going for the Ags. Alright, let's get some building damage.
Alright, so it's a game-ending item.
Yep,
Hits buildings.
Right now, EG feeling really comfortable with their lead. We're getting close to that 1,000 gold lead per minute, which is pretty much considered where games become unwinnable. But if Faceless were to bring this back, how are they doing it?
I mean, I feel like Faceless can land a full 5-man combo with all their abilities and still lose a team fight at this point.
It's tricky.
So they can't.
All right, you're a little not too optimistic. Now, Zai will get revealed here. It's going to be all by his lonesome, putting down some wards, healing up, and actually fighting through this. He's turning aggressive onto the Queen of Pain. They bring in the Fury on as well. That's a trapped Quap. Arteezy still beyond godlike. Does go ahead and debut his BKB, but he's ready to go ahead and start pushing onto tier 3s. They know Queen of Pain does not want to buy back just yet. It's only 24 minutes in. There's not much she can contribute aside from just dropping an ult and hoping her teammates can help her out. Nuts going to be holding on to the Static Storm. We've got the Vac Wall combo, but again, they can dump everything they've got onto Arteezy, but he just isn't taking damage, and he's still got the Aegis for another couple of minutes.
There's just nothing they can do to him right now. Like, even without that Aegis, he could play just like this, and I don't think they could go on him at all.
Look how aggressive his positioning is. He's just got his back turned to everything, sitting underneath a Dire Shrine, but not even worried that Dire are going to go and try to do anything to him. In the back lines, we do have Slardar trying to crawl around, maybe looking for a blink initiation, pinging out the Phoenix, but all right, if you kill Phoenix, great for you. Your racks are being killed 25 minutes in. Now Black finally respawning, making a hold. Arteezy just going to be going forward, trying to melt Ice, but he does make it back to his shrine safely. Get the silence up onto the Slardar, but it looks like EG are going to show some mercy. Perhaps not, as Sumail's going to be going forward. They cast out a Veil, and Sumail going to get that new Lincoln's popped. Continuing to spray out slow but steady damage. Arteezy just taunting the enemy team, saying, come at me, I dare you. I dare you to try to attack me.
Asserting dominance here, and they just can't go on him. If they go on him, they're all going to die, pretty much.
Faceless take a pretty big loss there. Didn't have to buy back on the Queen of Pain, but that is a full racks down around the 20-minute mark, and now EG, they can go clean up shrines, further limit Faceless's ability to leave their base, and this is just going to be a starving game. Overall net worth, it's getting ugly.
Yeah, don't open the net worth. Just
Sorry.
kidding, it shows it at the top. It's bad.
Now Arteezy just going in for some more solo damage. Black this time going to be able to blink away as there's no silence, but you can see just how squishy the Queen of Pain is. She's 2 and 9. Black just can't find items, still working on trying to get up the Orchid.
Yeah, maybe with the Orchid they'll have some more damage to kill, not the Razor, but other heroes like Phoenix, maybe even the Puck.
Yeah, silencing the Puck is going to be huge, but I mean, the Puck has lackeys that can do damage for him now. Puck going to be TPing in a little bit late to rake in the kill, and the Clop is able to TP out. But up here in the top jungle, we have no shortage of action. It's going to be Jabs who goes in thinking, oh, there's a solo Phoenix, easy kill. Well, EG aren't traveling solo here. They're sticking in the buddy system, and that's another kill for Arteezy. Now 11-0-8 on his Razor.
Yep, and this is queuing up the push in the top lane now. No slaughter. They have no way to initiate to start this fight.
Yep,
and I imagine he's just going to walk in.
Yeah, he's flying in his Aghanim Scepter now, so he's holding his ult until he can do building damage with it, and then that's just going to melt a set of racks like nobody's business.
Yep,
So,
here it comes.
Yep, there we go. Just zap, zap, zap. And yeah, again, you see really aggressive positioning, sitting underneath the shrine, just confident that no one from Faceless is going to jump him. It's still missing the Slardar initiation. Juggernaut, I mean, he's trying his best. He's split pushing down here, but he's losing his entire base. That's 2 sets of racks now taken before the 30-minute mark. And Arteezy's ult is still rolling. He still wants to get more out of this. It's like you're waiting for...
It's only 30 seconds for his next one as well.
I mean, Aegis did expire. That's something that Faces have going for themselves. Maybe Arteezy will show a little restraint, but again, at this point, his net worth is just bananas. He's tied up with the Puck, and Juggernaut's their only hope, but he's still sitting about 7,000 behind the leader.
Yep, Sumail up top, coils. Silenced.
Silence, but still able to blink and healed up by his tree. And now Sumail, maybe thinking about reinitiating here. It's Sumail versus 4. How crazy is he? It looks like he's just crazy enough to go and send the scouting orb, but not overcommit. Now, is he going to be able to blink out of this? It looks like he will make it out. Still has that corrosive haze on him. They see him, but they're not able to kill him off. Down bottom, it looks like they're pushing for Megas. Arteezy with another ult rolling. Darkseer TP's back. He's got the vacuum wall combo, but where's the damage? Most of it coming from Black's ult, but after that burst, there's just not a whole lot left in the tank. Arteezy just soloing the racks. It's Arteezy versus 5. Yeah, he's got backup, but he's the only one pushed upstairs. He's going to be going in, draining damage. Just look at it all trickle in. Oh, man, that's almost 200 extra. He's able to burn down jabs in just a couple of clicks, and there's a buyback, but Arteezy is just out of control. It started off with a great lane for Sumail. Arteezy got what he needed. The slow farming Razor built up momentum, got that early rampage. They got team wipes, and that's going to be it. A 1 series for EG. Now making it 6 times in a row that the EG versus Faceless series has ended in an EG victory.
Yep, 2-0 for EG. I mean, this game, in the early game, it didn't look very close at all, but Sumail completely destroying the mid lane, got that tower solo at like 6.5 minutes in the game, and that helped them open up the map to keep the snowball going. Very well played.
Absolutely. So congratulations to Evil Geniuses. They get to continue their run in the upper bracket. Faceless, they're going to be dropping down, hanging out in the lower bracket. We're going to have some more Dota for you coming up.